What's up, everyone? It's Ronnie here again. I got no Chad. Chad was gonna be here, but Chad just can't make it tonight. So I didn't feel like lying on my last video when I said we'd be live tonight. So guess what? We're live. Just me. So you hear me fine? Let me know. Move that around a little bit. Hope everybody is okay, doing well. What up, Betty? Swamp Pick in the house. James Hart. Miami Reseller. Henry. Donna. Big Boy Hustle. How about that? Cincinnati Picker. Good to see you guys. Hope all is well. I just went live for the hell of it. So, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, let me know because, I can help you out. You seen my video earlier. I said I was going to list a bunch of things. I got 2 things listed. So I'm going to get everything listed tomorrow. I got these Selena things listed up. I got the last 2 listed up. I had the one listed up. And I kind of made a mistake on these. I'm not going to lie. I put one of them on auction and it didn't really go for what we expected it to go for. So it was whatever it was. But I kind of made a mistake. I put the least desirable one on auction. And I just haven't been thinking properly lately. A lot going on. So that's it. Got Michael Jordan and his 6 rings here. Michael, 23. And if you've seen it, I had a sign. I had to pack up and ship. So I got that sign already. It's a flange sign. So I got the foam board here to protect the sign. I'm not going to lie. It came in this box. I used this box to send it back up. I have a cardboard box. This will slide in perfectly at the warehouse or at the storage unit tomorrow. So this will protect it very well. There's like 1, 2, 3 pieces of foam board in there, signed in the middle. It's not going to get damaged. Overprotect. Over-deliver. Is it? Over? Yeah, something like that, right? Don't forget 4 or 5. Only if you're carrying. But what is going on over there? Okay, I'm having all kinds of things pop up on my side of my screen. I'm not going to pay attention. I'm going to ignore those people right now. But what are your thoughts on the summer update? You know what, Chris? I'm not going to lie. I have no idea what summer update you're talking about. I know there was a spring update. I haven't got no news about a summer update. Is there a summer update? But got Mr. Kinetic Energy in here. How you doing? What is going on? Okay, there's something going on. I'm not going to know about it after the show. It doesn't seem all that crazy. But anyway, make a long story short, maybe the active content, we already talked about that a while back ago. Basically, you're not going to be able to have it in your listings. And if you still had it, I think after the last few years after the last few months, you shouldn't wait till the changes to shipping and free returns. I don't know, Chris. Now you're going to have to make me look. Need some music right now to play. eBay summer updates 2016, no, 2017. Summer update. Dun, 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 dun. We probably already ran across these. I'm having a feeling on something. Okay, summer update. Listing policy update, no active content. We talked about that. Returns, we're increasing exposure of free 30-day and 60-day returns to buyers starting this summer. New opportunities will include giving buyers options to search and filter free 30-day and 60 days. I can tell you right now, this boy is not doing no 60-day returns. How can you expect to be selling anything and do a 60-day return? That just seems crazy. Highlighting free return policies when buyers visit your listing. eBay marketing campaign that features the best return policies. Oh, that's crazy. I guess that starts in, says coming this summer. That's interesting. International performance standard. Only transactions with buyers in countries including the global region. Countries outside the US, UK, and Germany will count towards your seller performance rating in the global region. Okay, good to know. And I guess that's about it. So that's craziness. I'm not even gonna lie. 60-day returns seem a little crazy, but I ain't doing 60-day returns. I would tell you right now, I started doing 60-day returns. I bet you a lot of suits and sport coats would start finding their way back. Just saying. I have a feeling. Well, I mean, if free returns, who's paying for the return? Is eBay paying that money? Are you paying that money? Like, are we supposed to take it? Because it doesn't really say. It didn't say in that thing. Who's paying for the return to come back to us? Are we taking the hit on that? Because if we're taking the hit on that, I mean, people are going to start charging shipping. It's straightforward because if you're doing free shipping, people, I don't know how that works because it doesn't say anything. But sorry, eBay. The gringo is not doing 60 days. I say that, and then I probably do 60 days. But I mean, I'll talk about this incident. Okay. Bye. Have a good day. But anyway, I mean, we're talking about this situation. What are we talking about? Returns, right? I mean, I don't care about returns. I'm not worried about returns, to tell you the truth. Lifetime returns. I mean, I hate restocking fee. I really don't like them. Every time I've ever tried to implement a restocking fee, my sales slow down. So for me, I don't like restocking fees. Outside of the 1 month this year, what was it? March, I've had very little returns. It just seemed like it catches up to you. It's like if you average 3% and you're average under 1% 2 months, guess what? That other month is going to get killed and, you know, um, picked up all of a sudden like crazy. But it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I mean, it's like anything, you adapt. I mean, right here, I'm saying, 60 days, screaming from the mountaintop. And next thing you know, is like, I'll be like, 60 days, who cares? No big deal. It's whatever. So, I mean, what are you going to do? Um, I mean, what I see now, issue with that is now, let's say, like I want to take my trip and I want to go on my thing. I'm relying on cosigners kind of to help me sell my goods. I have two people possibly I'm going to go through, a website that I'm going to go. That's three people right there. Now, the two people that are doing it on eBay, let's say for instance, I have to wait 30 days and then they pay that money out on the 15th of every month. Usually how it goes. You sell it within that month and then they wait to the 15th, um, and you get your cash. What happens if it's 60 days? Do you have to wait 2 months since they sell something for you to get your money? Um, if eBay's like pushing that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it creates something. Because I was thinking the other day, now let's say you have somebody else sell your stuff on eBay. There's a bunch of websites, there's a bunch of people, eBay people that sell stuff. And I'm not talking about the eBay valet program. That's trash. We're talking about, other resellers that actually do really good. Come on. We can chill with the language tonight, can we? In the chat, please. So I mean, you really want to worry. I'm trying to think about that, because I can find stuff. I can go out 5, 6 days a week and find stuff. Now, of course, if I'm finding a Griswold pan or something, I'm going to sell that myself, because why would I sell that to somebody else? But if it's clothing per se, now I can sell that. I mean, let's say I have somebody else list it for me and someone else sell it for me. I'm getting, it's approximately like 50 to 55%. So I mean, you do the math. If you're sending enough stuff to somebody, and your only job is out there to source the stuff, you have somebody else sell the stuff, so you got to send it to them and get it, and they're getting it listed for you. They're getting it. I mean, is this no different than people hiring employees and getting a warehouse? Wouldn't it be so much easier just to send your stuff to somebody else and have them deal? I'm talking about clothing. I'm not talking about anything else. I'm just talking about clothing. Like, just deal with the clothing part of it and sell the stuff, and you don't have to be you don't have to worry about the shipping. You don't have to worry about the returns, like we're talking about right here. Talking about taking pictures. You're not talking about taking listings. Not talking about the storage of the items, you know. But you can make money. You can find stuff, because now your job is just to go out there and find stuff every day. Find it, find it, find it, find it. You know. Okay, Whitney, you're saying who would do all the back work? There's people. I mean, what do you think co-signing? What do you think you get paid? You think you send something to somebody and you get 20%? Like, most websites, even after you sell a certain amount, they'll even give you like the real to real. After you're over 1,500, it's 60. You get 60%. And if you sell over a certain amount, you can get up to actually 70%. So if you just want to source stuff and you don't have to worry about the shipping and everything like that, that actually seems like a somewhat easy thing to deal with. Yeah, it's about a 50-50 split. Depends. They have all different little things set up, but usually on average, it's about a 50-50. Some are tilted a little bit more towards like 55, but just for the sake of argument, let's say 50%. I've never really co-signed stuff to anybody else, but it's a thought, because I'm going on the road. I'm buying a trailer and I'm going to go on the road for probably what's going to be a few years. And I don't really know if, like, how I could buy this huge trailer that I want. And this trailer is kind of built on the trailer I like. It's the Road Warrior. It's a toy hauler RV fifth wheel. It's 43 feet long, or 44 feet long. Actually, another YouTuber, I was watching their videos, they actually drive the same vehicle that I'm thinking about buying. So I've been watching a lot of their videos to see what issues they have with that trailer, just out of curiosity. But I think the problem is, with a 43-foot damn trailer, it's going to be too big. And I think that's going to be the issue that I don't want to get involved in. Uh, it would be all about the quantity of the people you cosigns to most only accept high. Yeah, I mean, that would be the thing. I would only be looking for certain items I can make money on. Now, there's certain items that I really understand and I really like suits and sport coats. There's a lot of return on those items. Oh man, you guys are gonna make me look for somebody. Hold on a second. I just found them the other day. Now you're making me figure this out. Okay, hold on one second. We'll figure it out because they just made a video today. And I just watched the video a few minutes, but I can't remember their name off the top of my head. Their name is, where's that video now? Have you ever gone to YouTube lately and just look and all these channels just seem like some of them don't even seem like okay. Oh, it is called the Road Warrior. Just Road Space Warrior. It's the name of the trailer, actually. Same name. I guess they like the truck so much. I mean, the trailer so much they named it. So I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, when I started looking at it, 43 foot long truck is kind of hard. So I've kind of looked into smaller trailers, even trailers that I could tow with my Suburban, um, just to start out with and see if we actually like doing this. We have a budget. We've set aside a budget of about $150,000. That's our budget for either a truck and a trailer or not. Most likely I'm going to get rid of my Suburban. They had a diesel Suburban. I would buy a diesel Suburban, but I don't think they do. They used to, but I'm not buying a used truck. If anything, I'm buying pretty new or close to it. Most likely would be a diesel, just for the towing ability. And that way, if I got let's say I got a, 25 or 30 foot long travel trailer, bumper pole, and after 6 months, I'm like, you know what? We need to upgrade, different room. I already have the truck, so we just have to do some upgrades to the truck, like a hitch, and so on and so forth. And I can get a fifth wheel if that's what we felt that we need later on. So, Sierras. They used to have diesel Suburbans occasionally. I remember every once in a while they would have a diesel, but I think we're talking like 90s. Um, I haven't seen a diesel Suburban in a while. I don't know why they don't do it because that was the one thing I liked about the Ford Excursion was that you could get that in a diesel, even though it's a truck that you don't use. Check out Dustin Rhodes' YouTube channel. They converted a school bus into an RV and their tow vehicle behind. That's another thing I've started to look at. Some Class A some Class A ones. I might. I've seen some of them in that like 50 to 75 range diesel pushers. The problem is they're a little older, but they're not bad actually when I start thinking about it. But I don't like the layouts in a Class A where the kitchen and the living area is kind of all mixed in. And not that it's not the fifth wheels just seem like they have more room with all the different slide outs. Not Class A's have slide outs too. But I think I'm getting away from the idea of a toy hauler just because of the length of the trailer being 8 to 12 8 to 12 feet longer, depending on what toy hauler it is and everything like that. I think it's just not going to work. But I mean, if we did get a Class A, I would probably get a Jeep and tow a Jeep behind it, like a Wrangler. My wife's been wanting a Wrangler for years, so it would help out with that. Would you sell a frying pan on eBay, Ronnie? I've sold a frying pan for $1,400 before. Come on. Silly question. A lot of returns on pricey clothes. If they pay a lot and doesn't fit, it's coming back. That happens. My return rate's about 3%. It was high. The only month actually, if we had more than 3 returns in any month was was March this year. I think we had 9 or so, and even 9 out of 100 and I don't even know what we sold, 165. I mean, it's not, and weird. It came in like a spurt of like 5 or 6 in like a week. It was really weird, but it happens. Not worried about it because almost everything that got returned resold again and was right back out the door. And a lot of it was shoes. They just people don't pay attention. People don't um, worry about a different bunch of different things. Uh, no, that's not for me. Okay, you could go in and make your own layout. That would be interesting. I mean, if I could make my own layout in a truck, I mean not in a truck, in a trailer, that might actually be a good idea. Thrifty flip side, what would you do about returns while on the road? I wouldn't worry about returns because most likely I'm trying to figure something out with co-signing stuff to people um not to deal with any of that process. I just want to source a few days a week and then just have fun and enjoy being on the road and then going to sites and doing this and doing that. And I think everywhere we go along the way, it's going to create some type of uh, interaction where it's going to be different and it's going to be fun to see what is in every area. Like I get that comment, on my channel, like, "Oh, don't think you're gonna find." It's like I'm not that dumb. Like, what do you? I mean, most people. I know I'm not going to be able to find a certain piece of clothing in certain places. I mean, I've been out there. I've been to enough places. I mean, when we were in the Carolinas, we didn't come across the same stuff we find here. When we're in Florida, we didn't come across the same stuff. But there's still money in other things. Amazon is still a very viable platform, to sell on and to send stuff in and use FBA. I might not use it as much right now, but it becomes more reliable money maker when I'm on the road. But if you have a return when you're on the road, where do you go? PO box. It's the same question. I just read. I can have this set up. Let's say I can. You have to have a residency in a state, and it's probably not going to be Massachusetts because Massachusetts tax you. If anything, it's going to be a state that has no income tax. I think there's 7 states that don't have income tax. So I would go register my vehicles and whatever that new state is, get my driver's license in that state, have, depending on where it is, either set up um, a mail forwarder. I think it's what it is. You can find those in most states or most big areas. And basically, your mail goes to them. You call them and, hey, I'm at such and such a campground for the next 2 weeks. Here's the address. Send it here. And your stuff's going to get sent there. And they'll bring it to you. You go to the office and you receive it. I mean, that's really how that plays out. And there's services that do it. I think it's a few $100s a month a few $100s a year for the service, from what I've seen. But I forgot what states. It was like Florida, Texas, New Hampshire, Nevada, Dakota or something, Montana maybe. Let's look. Let's look just out of curiosity, since 7 states. I was right. It was 7 states at least. You're looking at Alaska, Florida, Nevada, South Dakota, Texas, and Washington. I thought North Dakota was. I mean, New Hampshire was also tax free. Oh, New Hampshire, yes, and Wyoming. Um, okay, that was hard to read because it's given up these different things. But anyway, I mean, where's the screen? Where am I? Here I am. There's the chat. Okay. Uh, okay, just going through, going through. New Hampshire has no sales tax, astronomical vehicle registration cost stuff. I mean, you have to weigh everything out. The way I look at it is wherever you have your residency, that's where you're going to have your medical and your health insurance. So most likely, somewhere probably in the middle of the country would work out best. That's why I'm thinking maybe Texas, because it's in the middle of the country. You're going to have your physical checkups. You're going to have, just your doctor visits, your dental visits, and so on and so forth. You're going to have health insurance. I don't think I would want to be doing certain things and not have health insurance. So setting it up in probably a place like Texas, and what are you guys talking about? All right. So when it comes down to it, I mean, basically, you want to be somewhere in the middle of the country. I think. I mean, I do. I wouldn't want to be up here in Massachusetts, and also I have to go check a doctor's appointment or somewhere else, and I have to drag my trailer and everything. Especially if I'm coming up this way in the middle of the winter, like it wouldn't work probably because number one, I'd have to winterize the trailer. It's too much of a hassle probably to bring something up here like this. My wife's been gone like 5 weeks, and she's going to be gone a while. Her mom's not doing well, so she'll be gone a little bit more. And including the wife, today is her birthday, so happy birthday, Gretchen. I think she's like 21 today or something like that. It's been 21 for a long time, as long as I can remember now. What's up, Barry? Barry snuck in here in the last few minutes. Would you get a I-8 and stay at Airbnbs? I don't see what the lure of any sports car really is. I'm not a sports car kind of person. I could drive no, I don't even like those things. The G-Wagons are kind of cool, the G500, but I ain't messing around buying anything that expensive ever. I mean, talking about a car or a vehicle that is, you're talking about, you could buy a house. I mean, for some of these cars, it's not worth it. Like, who are you trying to? I don't know. Not a car that appreciates too. BMWs, even Mercedes, depreciate big time. At least if I'm gonna buy this pickup truck, and if you're still in here, Sierra, you'll understand what I'm talking about. You buy a diesel pickup truck, especially at 3,500. I go to sell that thing in 4 years, 5 years. I will get back probably a huge 75% of what I paid for that vehicle. I mean, they're the vehicles that keep their value better than anything else. If you took care of that vehicle, and diesel pickup truck, it's going to keep its value more than any other vehicle on the road. Always seems to be a shortage of big diesel pickup trucks. People want to get rid of them. I mean, I was looking at them. There's one's 10 years old, 200,000 miles. They're still asking $25,000 from the dealership. It just depends on, what you really want to buy. But overall, I'm not going to lose anybody. The problem is with my Suburban, I always wanted to keep it because in 5 years, I pay the vehicle off, 5-year loan, I pay it off, and I could ship it to the Dominican Republic. I have my vehicle there. Problem is, Suburban's not the greatest vehicle for the Dominican Republic because gas is like maybe $5.56 a gallon. It's actually cheaper for diesel, but I'm gonna get a pickup truck for towing, and there's no way I'm gonna bring a dually to Dominican Republic either. So it's kind of like, I'm gonna have to get rid of that vehicle to get another vehicle to send over there, most likely. Jeeps and Toyotas keep their value best. They do. Both of those are very well, not all Jeeps, because that's a misconception. Because the Jeep Cherokees and stuff are trash. I mean, those are. I don't like those. There's no room inside those. They're very small and compact, and the Wranglers though are very, very good. But cheap RV living on YouTube. I have watched a bunch of his videos in the past. I've not watched a lot of these videos because I've watched some of their videos. I stopped watching them when we tried to talk about a house. And we went through a lot of paperwork. We went looking at a lot of houses, but we kept on running into a lot of issues with how much money we want to spend on a house versus, we were looking at spending $400,000 or $500,000 on a house. And, just we were running into little hurdles being self-employed. I could have overcame those hurdles in a little bit of time, but it gave my wife to get pissed off. And a lot of time it wasn't even us. A lot of time, a lot of houses that we were interested in sold like extremely quick. We didn't even have a chance to really get even into one of those houses because they sold so quick. And it was kind of like, really? You're looking at it, you're trying to come up with, if it's working for you, you wait a few days, next thing you know, someone puts an offer over the sale price of the house, and you're like, that doesn't work for me. Yeah, I mean, most likely, I don't think you could go wrong with any of the big three, any of the big three pickup trucks. The Ford F-350 actually looks like a really nice truck. I was looking at some of those. Um, although they all make great diesel engines, the Cummins is probably the Dodge is probably the strongest of them all if you get the right combination. I mean, I think they'll tow close to 30,000 pounds. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, it's like you could tow a lot with that. That's a lot of weight. But at the end of the day, it doesn't. I don't know. I never liked Dodges, and Fords I've had issues with all the time. Not to say I haven't had an issue with a Chevy either. It just seems I've had bad luck. Like this new truck, I've had to already replace a tire, replaced a windshield. I've replaced the whole rear assembly for the blinker, burnt out. I mean, the truck is 2 months old. 3 months, 4 months. Hey, Texas Girl Treasures. Thanks. That's pretty cool. But a Ford Raptor. I was looking at those, and I seen one in a video not too long ago. Somebody had one, and those trucks are really nice, but they're not. I don't think they're made for towing. You'd have to upgrade. I mean, they're not made for towing the kind of weight that I would need. Nice truck, but realistically, it's eh. Yeah, I think I would. I'll make a video about driving all the trucks and checking them out and going around with them all, and see how they are. I mean, there's some things. Diesel and gas are there's definitely they're not as bad as they once were. They're very similar, but I think just for the power that you want to have a diesel just to use it, and go up and down, I would feel more comfortable using a diesel. Um, for a fifth wheel trailer, Dodge or Cummins only makes sense. I don't think you could go wrong with any three of them. Any three of them will tow close to 20,000. But the Cummins definitely does have more. I think tow close to 30,000 if you get the right setup. I just don't like Dodges, but we'll have to check these different trucks out and see. Um, what just happened there? Okay, we'll see if this makes sense. Ronnie recently got a veto for a workout DVD set for trademark, I believe. Have you ever had one, and how can you really prevent them? Is it some type of company or more aggressive than others? So, like I've said before, I've hit every once in a while. I've got hit with a veto strike. Basic a veto, and maybe I'll make a video about this sometime this week because I'm stuck in the house for a few days anyway, where they're messing around with the parking lot. Actually, I think they may be done tomorrow, striping it actually 4 days ahead of time if we get no rain. But it's been so cold and wet here, it's ridiculous. Um, but what was I gonna say? Oh, maybe I'll make a video about that. But basically, it comes down to companies don't want you selling their product on eBay, and they have people that go through there and pull them off if you're selling it. Some people get caught, some people don't. I don't know exactly how it works. I've gotten ones for, I was trying to, and there's lists. You can actually go and Google eBay veto vitro list and actually come up, and you can see all the different brands that you can sell and you can't sell. We've talked about it on shows before. We've talked about it in depth. One I got hit with, and I thought I was slick, and I put it up again, was this is years ago now. Oh, the language software. What the hell is it called? Rosetta Stone. You can sell that. That's a big one. I paid 58 grand for my gas 350. Diesel was 69. I wasn't seeing the value or couldn't convince my wife to say yes for a diesel. Yeah, definitely. Diesels are definitely more. I was just looking at a GMC. No, no, it's Chevy, because I went to the Chevy dealership to get my light fixed on the back of the truck because they didn't have the part even because it was a 2016. So they fixed the light, and I was looking through the lot, and they had one of 3,500, but I think it was 65 or 64, and they might even have it at the list. At the dealership on their website. It's a really nice truck, but the problem is, you're talking about $65,000 is a good chunk of money to spend on a truck. But in actuality, I wouldn't have to worry about anything, with driving or anything like that, because it's going to tow whatever I need it to tow. The only thing I didn't like, it had the Denali package. I really don't need all the bells and whistles that these things come with, sunroof and air-conditioned seats to keep your balls cold. Like, I don't need that. Like, heated seats, are nice, but if I'm traveling mostly in warm countries, I don't even need the heated seats. Like, it's not gonna really be all that great. I had other people talk to me the other day, like about I don't sell car parts really. They're Oreo kid, but get sidetracked very easily. But it feels good. I bet it does here. I bet it does. The air conditioned seats, maybe you need it. Maybe you don't need the heated seats. I remember the first time we had heated seats in a car. It was only a few years ago. We had the Cadillac, and I had them. Oh no, we had them in my expedition trip, and I turned the seats on because my wife didn't know what this was all about, and I turned the seats on, and she's like, "Baby, baby, there's a fire. My ass is burning. There's a fire on the seat." Uh, I don't think I would go that bad to get hand crank. I want some luxuries in the truck. I just don't need like even leather seats. I don't need leather seats. Like when we bought the Suburban, you were talking about a difference of the one tier to the next tier of truck, and they have them on the lot. The Suburban was 55, and then the LTZ was 72. That's a lot of money for a sunroof and a few other gadgets like bigger rims. Like trucks, I remember when people used to want to have like 20-inch rims on a truck. Now they come with 20-inch rims. Like I don't even get it. Like I think the one had 22-inch rims, and I was just the only thing I was thinking of. I was like, oh, what's the price of that tire if you pop that tire? Uh, see here, but Versace. How does Versace sell for you? Not very great, or unless you have a recent piece, it doesn't usually sell all that great. Um, I've never really had the greatest luck selling it. I mean, I do pick it up if I see it at the right price, but I will not overpay for certain pieces. I think I have a leather woman's jacket that I've had listed for a while, and it's crazy. I don't even know um, why. There's a bunch of things that I eventually just going to go to auction, like 9.99, and blow them up to get rid of stuff because I'm tired of seeing. I have 30-inch rims on my Escalade. I mean, those look like a wagon going down the street. Like, do you have a horse pulling your Cadillac? You're like the chuck wagon. But I mean, it's kind of like just I don't know which way we're gonna go 100% because I'm kind of got to wait till my wife gets here, and then we're gonna talk about it a lot more, and then get a really good idea of what we need to um for a truck. Yeah, the LTZ package, chrome package, rims, navigation, air and heated seats, power liftgate, power running boards. But that's a lot of stuff to pay for like 15 extra $1,000. The only thing I like on there is probably the power running boards because I like how they hide up there and then they come down. And they hide up there and they come down. I think those are pretty cool. But I mean, you can buy those for $1,000 or even less. There's a research, something research makes them because I was thinking about getting them from my excursion because that was going to be my vehicle that I was going to totally redo and go for it, but then the gas mileage was driving me out of my mind. I mean, I was getting 8 to 10 miles to the gallon when I can get in the new Suburban and get 15 to 18 miles per gallon, depending on how fast I drive. So it was definitely a big difference because I'm saving so much money in gas. Bearded picker, might as well get a bus like John's Cardiac. That bus is nice, but that thing is a house. Like, costs more than a house. That's crazy. Trying to get the Breaking Bad Winnebago. You know what Winnebago I would like? The one they had in Jurassic Park, where they had the little trailer behind it. That would be nice. And just have it done up like the same way. I could have all the junk in that spare little. Remember, they used to have the little, and I'll get the little, what do you call it? The little vehicle we drive behind could be the Jeep all set up and look like the Jeeps in Jurassic Park. Uh, yeah, I mean, I could see that. people would want that kind of stuff like the running boards and the heads-up display, but I just could not imagine. I just couldn't justify the price difference in vehicle. Uh, I just couldn't. I'm cheap, so buying a new car is like it's hard. What did I sell this week? Not much of anything. Last week, I did sell a Chanel purse for someone as they need the money for a scholarship. So we did a 40-60 split because I knew it was gonna go over $1,000. It actually sold within a day for actually within a few hours for $1,569. So, get some money for somebody to put in for a scholarship so we could help somebody, with a school, go to school because schools cost a lot of money. So, doing a good deed, trying to help somebody out. Airstreams are cool, but they're expensive. Even a used one is expensive. The new Airstreams are like 60 to 100 grand. It's like crazy. Uh, the other day, I saw a U-Haul truck outside the Goodwill picking up goods late at night that people dropped off. Is that a good idea for, for resales? I think you could literally get in trouble for that. Like that is shady. Oh, dropping off stuff. Never mind. I thought you meant picking up. I read that wrong. Dropping off stuff. I mean, we used to have they have containers outside, and people just throw all kinds of stuff out there. Like the one Salvation Army that we have. Every time you go by there, and I'll go by there sometimes on a Sunday because they're not open Sundays, and you just see this whole like it's like everybody knows they're not open. They just start throwing all kinds of stuff out there, and just there's a pile of stuff, and then they have to go through that. But it's kind of crazy. Do you edit your eBay listing photos? Not really. The only editing I do is when I'm uploading them to eBay. I'll crop some of the photos occasionally, but that's about it. YouTube has been very weird with the notifications lately. Like, there's a few people I'm notified to, and I'll get a message like 30 minutes after it's been updated, or if they went live, it'll show like 30 minutes after. So it's kind of weird. I'm not really sure why it's like that. What's up with Chad and Pete? They already haven't seen many videos. Chad has just been busy. I think I'm trying to drag because he couldn't make it here tonight because he was buying some stuff for somebody. And I seen the pictures earlier, and I kind of want him. I'm trying to push him to make a haul video, or at least do maybe a live one or something, or talk about some of the stuff he's picking up lately, because he's actually found some really cool things. Pete, I just know is busy. I mean, Pete is running a shop, finishing his house. I mean, and then just doing normal husband and father things, and it takes a lot of time. Like, you have to really want to make videos. The only reason I've made more videos over the last month or 5 weeks is because my wife's not here. My wife was here, I would not be making as many videos. You really have to put in a lot of time and dedication to make videos. There's not a huge amount of money being made from making videos. I mean, I think the most I've ever made on any month, I've never even covered my car payment. I've come close, if that gives you an idea. But I've never totally, came close to that. And there's people, I mean, my channel is a small channel. So if you think of somebody else that has a lot more viewers, of course, they're probably and get a lot more, they're making more money, of course, a little bit more. Just depends on so many different things. I don't even know how it comes into action, but I just make videos for fun. I mean, this is just I'm just trying to keep myself entertained with you guys on a Tuesday night. I almost said it's like a Friday night, but it's not. Um, and just have some fun and just hang out. Just because I'm bored. I should have did some pictures today. I made all the listings, if that makes any sense. So I just have to take the pictures tomorrow, and I'll be good to go. And I'll get like 20 listings up tomorrow. Um, do you have any special packing tips for shipping men's suits? We have a bunch of videos that we've made on how we ship our suits, and basically we ship them either in one of three boxes, either a regional A box, um, a medium flat rate box, or just a regular one of these boxes here. They're kind of like a medium flat rate box. They're a little longer, but they're based on weight. And the box number you can get them on the UPS website, United States Postal Service website, is 1095. And I'll use these boxes most of the time because I just like putting them in there. Them regional A's, sometimes it just feels like the thing's like, it's like putting 5 pounds of shit in a 2 pound bag. It's just not good. Um, I think. I mean, I don't know. I try to just do so much more trying to, I forgot again. I try to over deliver, under deliver. I don't know. I'm really bad at saying it. I don't even know why I even think about saying it. And a lot of it depends on where you live in the country, depending on how you do shipping too. Um, I didn't even know I had a Boston accent because I grew up in New York. That means I've been here probably too long. I might have been at this point in stage in my life now where I'm at more years of Massachusetts than New York. We're very close to it. Huh, that's not good. Yeah, the region of the rec. I didn't even know they had a square box. How about that? I have two buddies, so I know what some know. I have two buddy on my thing, but it doesn't really work the way I like it to work. But I can tell you right now, like for the sense of the was it the other one, the Social Blade? Social Blade is off. And that's all I'm gonna say. Social Blade, I mean, if I went by how much money I made on YouTube by Social Blade, I wouldn't even be making videos. Like Social Blade is way off on what they tell you you're make. You tried to do a padded flat rate. You probably sent it to me, and I probably bitched and complained if I was. I send jeans and all the time in the padded flat rate envelopes. Even pants go in there. I mean, I use padded flat rates for a lot of different things. Heavier shirts that, like a lot of shirts that weigh like just around a pound, I'll put in there. Ronnie, what's your best selling brand? Probably like Brooks Brothers. Yeah, TJ. I don't think any of the Two Buddy or even Social Blade. I don't think either one of them are correct. Because I look on Social Blade every once in a while, probably monthly, just to check like certain statistics and things. I don't check this stuff all the time. I don't do the necessarily the greatest job of running a YouTube channel. And I try, but I don't. Um, Because it's changed. It changed from when I started making videos. Like when we started making videos, it was just like a haul video and talk about selling a little bit differently. And now it's all about everybody and their mother who's been selling for, and I'm not trying to be like negative and mean in any way, but I mean, everybody wants to teach everybody how to sell, and it's not showing your progress because a lot of these people should be really just talking about their progress as sellers and not worry about, talking about teaching so much. You've been selling a year, like who are you teaching? People that have been selling like 5 years, you've been selling 1 year. And I think people get the perception because you make videos, all of a sudden you're so much better than everybody else. And it's not. I'm not better than anybody else. This I'm just showing my progress as life. Like I would have looked back at YouTube and just show where I'm going and moving along, and that's it. Like I'm not trying to sell anybody anything, you know what I mean? And I'm just trying to have fun with this. That's about it. Just going ahead. Buy low, sell high. That's exactly it. If you forgot, there's a course for 15. Who has a course for $1,500? Because just out of goodness of my heart, I might just have to slap the earth, wind, and fire out of somebody. I think with certain people, YouTube is turned, especially this community, is turned more into like a marketing frenzy of how can I market myself to people? How can I try to make money off of reselling? And they'll run through a lot of numbers, they'll run through a lot of cells. You'll see people with 100 packages and being like, "Oh, I'm doing great today. Here's my 100 packages that go out," but those 100 packages only sold for $800 free shipping. Well, I could have 13 packages that have been for $800. Like it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But in the same sense, a lot of people do very well selling smaller items because that's what they can find. They're very they don't live in an area, that works for them. They have to go to the bins and buy stuff or get stuff at half off day or buy stuff at like dollar days or whatever they call those things. And there's nothing wrong with that because at the end of the day, it all comes down to who's paying your bills and whatever you're needed to make your bills, is what it's all about. So it doesn't really matter, you know. But I think when people start talking about the whole, they want to sell you something and this and that, and it's like, you sell $8 clothing. Like, what are you going to teach me at the end of the day? And that's about it. I mean, you want to teach me something, actually. But there's so much bad information, even too. There'll be people that give out a lot of bad information, and they people look the other way because they don't want to start a fight with somebody. And you have to remember, there's people, and they'll do anything and everything to kind of like throw shade at you. There's people that throw shade all the time. I think it's funny. They troll and this and that, and it's funny. But I don't even know how the hell we got on this course. We went way off course. There's a lot of people that don't make videos and make crazy amounts of money that I talk to, on a daily basis, make so much more money than me. It's just somebody I never thought I would be doing this full time, to tell you the truth. It never crossed my mind. I thought I was gonna be a chef for the rest of my life. You wanna know what a chef thinks about, like, in the middle of summertime on Cape Cod, and you start to see the beach crowd come off the beach, and the parking lot fills up, and we're all in the line, we see the restaurant filling up. I mean, we literally feel. I mean, I know what cooks feel like. We feel like we're going into World War II or something, or we're starting World War III. And I know how bad that sounds. Like we really feel like we're going to war. Like, okay, next 5 hours, you're not even going to be able to drink a sip of water because you're gonna. There's times where I woke up in the middle of the night and the printer for the machine's going off, and I wake up and I'm having dreams that I'm pulling slips. Like, oh, crazy, 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 crazy. And then every summer, because you can't get enough help, you get all the mostly the Eastern European girls that come here on their work visas. They get jobs, and then they don't understand the difference between a mashed potato and a baked potato. Or the customer will be like, "I want rice." You don't even have rice on the menu. And they just write rice, and you're like, "What are you doing?" Oh, boy. But it's just funny. Ronnie, you can make 40,000 a week. Hey, maybe if I sell a Suburban a week. Sell a Suburban a week, I can do 40,000 gross. When are you planning on hitting the road? There's a lot of things we're trying to figure out at the moment. You know, my wife would have to at least get back from the Dominican Republic, and we'd have to get rid of a lot of stuff. My lease runs out at the end of the year, so that would probably be the most best time. Um, but who knows? I'm kind of leaning because our lease runs out in I think January, so I don't know if I would want to leave 100% in January. It's actually a good time right after fourth quarter, but we'll see. Where did you cook? Okay, I'm not paying attention to that right now. But what's the words I want to use here? Where did I cook? I cooked at a seafood restaurant in Yarmouth. I'll put it that way. And I also worked at another. I rested at a bunch of different restaurants in Yarmouth um, over time, but it was always fun. Worked at Sam Diego's restaurant in Hyannis. Sam Diego's sell Mexican food. I found a Polo Ralph Lauren Newsboy clinch bucket jacket for $5, selling for 139 plus shipping. Price point correct. I don't have a clue. uh, what's a newsboy jacket? See, I don't even know everything. If I would love to leave on my trip before it actually gets cold though. But the problem is I'm kind of well, if I have actually someone else selling my stuff, I found your listing. How about that? So it's a suede leather jacket. I don't think it's a bad price point, but coming into this time of year now where jackets and stuff don't sell all that fast, you may be sitting on it for a little while. So um, just want to keep that in mind. But somewhere in that 80 to like probably 150 range is where it's gonna most likely sell, but when and how long it's gonna take, and it's a smaller size, so probably more on the lower, cheaper side, maybe like $100, I would think. Um, Suede does not sell as well as like regular leather. Uh, I was a cook for 7 years. I cooked for oh boy, like 20 years. It's not something I'm proud of. Ronnie does go daddy bookkeeping pull your eBay data from the beginning of the year, yes, it will. It did it back when I did it. I think you can easily Google that, but I'm pretty sure when I did it, it pulled. Actually, when I did it like in the beginning of the year, and if I remember right, it actually pulled all the data from the year before. Also, I think I'm not 100% sure because it's been I did that in 2013 or late 2012, so it's been a long time since I did that. Is it ever going to warm up in New England? I don't know. It's been cold too, and it's been crazy. Oreo Kid, I do have to say, you do ask some crazy questions. I've never sold candy on eBay. What would you consider a good sell-through rate? 100%. I know for what my store and what I sell, I like to be at 25% sell-through rate per month. Because I sell a lot of longer tail items like suits and sport coats that just they take a little longer for the right seller. But I like to be right around 25% is where I like to be. It just depends on the item, how much money I'm paying for the item. Hi Ronnie, just got here. What do you think of the latest eBay seller updates? I wasn't feeling them. I'm starting to warm up to them a little bit, but I still don't like it. Hate to run. Hit that like button. See ya, Sierras. Have a good day. Good night. What time is it? Yeah, I think I'm gonna get going here too. But see you guys later. If you guys want, maybe I'll do an after show for a little bit. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys later. Hopefully, this Friday we'll have the Resell Pulse show on Chad's channel. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't even talked to him about that far in advance yet, so we'll see. And yeah, maybe I'll try to figure out a video to do about that Vero strike thingy tomorrow since I got some time on my hands. It'll distract me from that listing I got to get done. But like, comment, subscribe. See you later, everybody. Bye.